Do you also struggle to find inspiration to decorate your island? Good, me too. Hello everyone, it's Mila here. I hope you're all having an awesome day. In today's video, I'll be sharing 4 of my favorite mini areas on my island to hopefully spark some inspiration. So for example, if you have been struggling to kind of rebuild your island after flattening, or maybe you're just really not motivated to decorate your island, today I hope these mini areas can spark some inspo for you. And I think every time I feel kind of overwhelmed or really demotivated to decorate my island, these mini areas always help me to get going. Today's areas are super simple. They are nothing super special. So yeah, they are just really mini inspo areas. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up and feel free to also subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you here in the future. And without further ado, let's get to building and decorating. So obviously my first favorite mini area is a tiny cafe. You know what I like to say is like, when in doubt, make a cafe. I really love these small little cafes. I might insert a little clip of how to build this, but honestly it's super simple. If you have this tiny area somewhere on your island and you're not sure what you want to do with it, this tiny little mini cafe I think is a really cute idea. And I don't know, I just love cafes. I'm gonna have just cafes all around the island because I just like them, and I think they are relatively easy to decorate. So these builds honestly are just gonna be super simple little inspo builds that might spark like bigger inspirations, you know? I think sometimes we get like really overwhelmed because we want our islands to look like the ones on Instagram and stuff like that, but honestly they don't have to be like super crazy creative, like wow, no one has ever done these before kind of builds, you know? Does anyone feel me? Anyways, this is one of my favorite little builds. I do love this colorway of everything. This telephone booth is also one of my favorite colorways, this brown one. I think it looks nice and rustic and it kind of blends into the scenery. And during nighttime, it gives like a nice little light to this area. So yeah, this is my mini cafe. So, you know, say it with me. When in doubt, build a cafe. Okay, that is the little tiny inspo area number 1. And I think it fits really super well in this little nook over here next to Fauna's garden. Okay, let's go and check the second area. This one is maybe a little bit more complicated, but it's still pretty simple and tiny. That is the main idea here. So this is like the little laundry area. I did end up changing these details around quite a lot, and this is still a little bit unfinished. I think I want to add more to it as the surrounding areas get a little bit more filled, but I think this one is also kind of cute, and I love these little like laundry areas around the island. I might do even another one, but I think it's quite nice to spice things up by customizing some of the items like the clothesline and the ironing board, and of course the Zen cushion stack, or is it Zen pillow? Stack of Zen pillows. Anyways, yeah, so this one is also a really nice area to get you started with. Also, I love using this utility pole around my like more foresty theme island. I think it makes it look a little bit like overgrown, and I just added some little details like the lost item. I think it kind of looks cute, but there is like so many ways to do this laundry area. You can even use the other ironing board thing that doesn't have like that is just the item that you place on top of something. Does that make any sense? Also, I'm not sure about the menu sign here. I was hoping that I could have found like a laundry sign, but I couldn't find anything that was like kind of more cottagecore theme. So definitely if you have one, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to put like a sign here that says laundry, but right now it's just the menu. I guess it's like the menu of how much it costs to wash your laundry here. And I think this suited really well next to Able Sisters as well. So, you know, it kind of makes sense a little bit maybe. But maybe, you know, Mabel comes here after her work. Would she like wash laundry after her work? I don't know. Maybe it's the Able Sisters side hustle, maybe? Moving on to the next area that was definitely the most difficult one and the trickiest space as well. First of all, there was not a lot of space here to decorate, but I still wanted to cram as much as I could to this area. This is going to be a little flower shop. I was kind of inspired by the new item, the carnations. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the little flower bouquet. This area was definitely a tricky one. I went back and forth with this so many times, and I think even in the speed build, you cannot see the final version really. I ended up changing some details here, and I went back and forth with this so many times because the area was super small, but I wanted to add a lot of items to it. And I think at some point I was like, well, this doesn't really look like a flower market because it's so small. It's not really a market, it's just a small shop, but I think it turned out quite cute. I think the laundry area might be still my favorite, but the special thing about this area is that it's along the path leading towards my campsite. So I don't know, I just wanted to decorate a little bit on these like awkward areas that you usually maybe overlook and you're just like, oh, let me just throw some flowers here and be done with it. But I think this was like a really tricky area that maybe people usually don't decorate, but I just wanted to show you that you can also kind of like add these mini areas to some places that maybe usually you don't. Like usually they are like those little nooks on the island, but sometimes you can also kind of decorate in the middle of something, like in the middle of the path or something like that. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. All these builds are really overgrown looking, and I kind of like it. I like when it's kind of organic and not so like structured. I did add a flower market sign to this build to make it more obvious because I think it might look a little bit random to someone who doesn't know it's maybe a flower market. I don't know, the sign was really cute, and since we have all these extra custom design slots, why not, right? I wish I would have had a little bit more space. I would have loved to make it a bit more flowery and maybe add more flowers and plants to this area, but I think it turned out quite well, and the idea is to have mini areas and not so big ones. So I don't know, maybe I will make another flower market that is a little bit bigger somewhere else on the island. I'm also thinking to maybe add like a mini hybrid garden next to it somewhere if I have some space here. I think it would be kind of cute to have a mini breeding area next to this one. I don't know, let's see if I have space. I think my overgrown island is really lacking those bigger spaces. Everything is kind of like crammed in. But yeah, this is the little flower market. Let's move on to area number 4. Okay, my last mini area over here is this reading nook, or maybe this could be even called a mini library. It also has some cafe elements to it, but this one is super simple, like the cafe one. I wanted today's areas to be quite simple and beginner friendly. So the point here today was not to create something super amazing, just to create some small areas to get you going and maybe spark some inspo. It is also quite easy to continue from these areas and expand them a little bit. So yeah, I'm also super happy because I have been kind of stuck with this island. I haven't been decorating it a lot, and today we have created 4 little areas to this, so I'm kind of proud of us. We have been decorating, yay! I'm really focused on my tropical island, and I feel so bad for this island because I'm like really not decorating this almost at all. But yay, we have made some progress today, and that's kind of the point here, you know? With these small little areas, at least you get your decorating going a little bit, right? This last area maybe looks a little bit out of place right now because it is kind of in this random location. I think it will look a little bit better better later on once there is more stuff surrounding it, because right now it's kind of in this empty corner on my eyelid, so it looks a little bit out of place, but I'm sure it will blend in to the scenery a little bit later on. Anyways, those are my 4 little mini areas of the day. I hope they sparked some inspiration for you. Let me know what you think. Do you already have one of these areas or more on your island? Or are you maybe going to recreate something similar? Oh my goodness, someone has the thought bubble. Great. Ozzy, you are kind of ruining my outro here. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. Make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!